Yes.
Of course, he was able to do what you were in the gym. His dad is a powerlifting legend. Oh, people know the lore.
I've told people the lore.
People know the lore. This chat is the CIA, which they'll figure out everything. But yeah, we actually talked about that. I wanted to bring that up too. Whatever you consider to be like appropriate and adequate to talk about on stream. But
yeah,
his dad was like a powerlifting coach. And that's where his legs come from.
You know, like
I said, he has diabetes.
I showed you that picture. Like, Google that picture of my dad.
Yeah, what was your dad's name again?
Just his first name is Ken. There you go.
Dude, it's so gnarly. Gnarly is the word to describe your dad. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but like, this is what his fucking dad looks like, bro. Apparently, he's like a little bit shorter than you, and
it's actually one of his friends who I know, Danny. I think that's his friend, Danny. No, Zach. Let me see.
The thinnest Italian man.
The thinnest Italian.
Yeah, bro. He's built like if Danny DeVito was on HGH. Like, I don't even know how to describe. Like, this build is like, humans are not supposed to look like this. He looks like a different class that you would pick in a fucking RPG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like
whatever the class is that swings the giant axe.
He's like the tall dwarf that got bullied because he was too tall.
Right.
You know what I mean? All the other dwarves are like, why the fuck are you so tall? I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, my trainer said his dad looks like an NHL player. I say he looks like the puck. Like, he's built like an NHL puck, dude.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of hard from a picture, but I mean, you're used to.
That's not your dad.
No. I'm sure you're used to a lot of talk and commentary about how broad your shoulders are. My dad is wider than you.
That's insane. Like, human beings should not be that broad.
Yeah, he's a very wide guy.
Yeah, but he also has a big ass head though. So because his head doesn't look like out of proportion.
I got a big ass head, so it's like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Hit the back button. Again. Powerlifting, are those his
records? I guess
that might have been. Oh, I didn't know they did this.
Yeah,
it's I didn't know they. Oh shit,
he was benching. Wait, this is him. His competition results.
Yeah. I didn't know they did this.
So what is that? His personal best on his squat is 890.
Yeah. On
his bench, what is the raw versus single? I don't even know what the difference is.
I think it's fuck. I can't remember. He told me at one point.
His dad could bench press 610 pounds, deadlift 650, which, what the fuck? Your bench press and your deadlift should not be this close. Why could he bench press so much?
He took a bunch of steroids.
I mean, wait, he's not natty? That's crazy. You mean to tell me this man is not natty, dude? What?
There's a picture of him. It was in like this powerlifting book. There's this picture of him. So he's on the incline bench with free weight dumbbells. Like, I don't know what, pressing the 100s, 110s, 120s. But wasn't heavy enough for him. So on either side, there's two dudes who are balancing like a 40 or a 50 on top of the barbell to hold it up so that it's sort of like it's, all together on top of each other.
That's crazy. I'm going to read this caption. We want to lift everything on a calm heart. People don't realize that to be a super strong person, you have to always work in the anaerobic zone. If you don't have nitrogen in your blood, you don't have nothing. You might as well go home. He probably sounds like, to work in the aerobic zone is a waste of time. You want to gas the oxygen out of your system. You want to force your system to burn the oxygen up over here, force it to store more nitrogen. Is that how it sounds?
Ken Fantano stands in front of his gym was called the Muscle Factory.
Yeah, counter modeling his patented elbow warmers. What? What the fuck is an elbow warmer?
What the thing's on his arms.
But why do you need an elbow warmer?
I have no goddamn idea.
Bro, he invented that. You don't even know?
Yeah, my dad was a drip king, obviously.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Look at this shit. Keep the joints warm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, what do you mean? What are you, fucking stupid?
Look. I would call him Italian thick bitch. Call me Irish wise ass. The words above, I think, are written by the guy who wrote the book.
Yeah. An hour later, Ken bench press 640 without a bench shirt. What is a bench shirt?
like one of those, just like you if you're squatting heavy, you might have wraps on your
Yeah,
knees
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, just sort of like give yourself that extra bit of tension so the bench shirts are really fucking tight. Like they're super tight so that when you go down with the weight, it's at least at the very bottom, a bit of, I guess, like help or physical incentive to get the arms back up because there's sort of that additional tight.
Oh, okay. Look it up. It's a slingshot. Oh, that's why there's a difference between the raw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're with it or without it. But the ones that I used to see him and people training in were more of they had more of like a tank top cut. They weren't a full sleeve.
Oh, this is like it helps, huh?
Yeah.
A bench shirt is a stiff, supportive shirt used to improve performance in bench press. Most often in powerlifting competitions, bench shirts are usually made of polyester, denim, or canvas and come in single or multiply thickness. Dude, that's wild. How much does a bench shirt add? They were initially designed for safety and not pushing the envelope of performance. Single-ply shirts like the Inzer Rage and similar Titan models can add roughly 75 to 100 pounds from my personal experience. Anyway, what the fuck?
But the thing is, that's probably where they're at now. Technology and sort of like advancement wise, wherever the fuck they were at in the 80s is probably where like those numbers that he was doing were. But go back to that page. That was actually the first time I'd seen that page with all those numbers on it.
Oh yeah, dude, lifting with denim is wild. Like that's a wild thing to do.
But yeah, that's a lot of these numbers are quote unquote official.
Yeah, they're saying his raw is 435, but this photo says he hit it raw 640.
Yeah, from what I know of him and other people sort of, again, he was a coach with a lot of eyes on him and other people sort of confirming this. I have no doubt that his numbers were at that. Conversation, I've heard him say his squatting numbers were higher than what's there. But the thing is, like, every power lifter has like my competition number is this, but this one time at the gym, I actually miraculously lifted like 100 more pounds than that or something.
Oh, he worked at a steel warehouse. On my first weekend in my town, my new boss took me to a marina bar in Bridgeport. The bar was dark-sided and elaborate. A huge 3D replica of the Titanic hung over the square bar that dominated the middle of the large room. It was Saturday afternoon, and a reggae band was tearing it up on the deck, overlooking the docked boats. Nice. I feel like that's what he sounds like.
Really setting the.
Is that what he sounds like?
No, that's not what my dad sounds like.
What does your dad sound like?
My dad actually, I talk like my dad. My dad talks like me.
The place was already packed when walked. Really?
Yeah, he doesn't have like a. I would say.
He looks like he would sound like Carl from Aqua Teen. I mean, come on.
But I would say to the degree that he would.
That's disappointing.
Would be when he was angry.
I'm just saying. Oh God. I'm stating is that he looks like he would sound like.
Come on.
Yeah. What the fuck do you mean, Anthony? Why would you fucking lift the hard weights? That kind of thing. You know what I mean?
But like there was a funny moment during the session this morning where your trainer was sort of like he was instructing me to do this certain lift and he's like, actually, can you do it this other way or move your body in this other way while you're doing it? And in that moment I was like, I don't know if I can, because when I was a kid it was screamed out of me to do it that way.
Yeah. He was trying to do Romanian deadlifts and he couldn't do Romanian deadlifts because he's only deadlifted with proper form. So like Romanian deadlifts are kind of like deadlifts without, leg movement, I guess is the best way to describe it. And he was having a hard time trying to do a worse deadlift, basically.
Because doing it any other way, like my mind immediately went to just being yelled at as a kid.
Did your dad call you Tony?
No. Everybody in my family
calls me
Ant.
Oh, Anthony, Ant.
Okay.
Just like this is yet another example that like Connecticut Italians are not a part of the tri-state where they different. They just don't have that like same Italian in them. It's weird.
But we have better pizza. New Haven pizza, best.
That is a wild take, dude. It's like irresponsible.
It's the take.
It's literally your worst take.
Every person who I've brought to Sally's or some other New Haven pizza place says it's superior to New York pizza.
I'm not even kidding. This is your worst take.
No, it's New Haven pizza.
You might have like a personal.
You live in California.
Oh, it's just dog shit. Pizza here is dog shit.
Right. You have no room to talk.
No, New Jersey and New York pizza is just better. It's just straight up.
CT pizza is the best.
Okay.
Because it's very specific, and it's a handful of different pizza restaurants in the same area all competing the best.
Okay, now I need to explain to Anthony.
With New York pizza, the narrative's lost.
No, I need to explain to you.
The dollar slices have like completely watered down the quality of pizza across the board.
Okay, now I have to explain to you the age-old Hasanabi trope.
You're going to explain to me pizza as a Turkish man?
Yes, the two genders, okay?
Two genders of pizza?
In America, okay, there's two ethnicities, really. People think there's a lot. They think this is like a diverse society. It's not, okay? In America, you are either Mexican or Italian, okay? You're either Mexican adjacent or you're Italian adjacent. If you're in the Northeastern territories, you are Italian. That's why, like, it doesn't matter if you're fucking Greek or if you're fucking Polish or whatever. You become like, hey, how you doing? Fuck you. Like, you become more Italian by association.
Right.
Okay? Especially if you're in the tri-state. Now, if you're and the other side of that is the closer you get to the Southwest, especially the South, you become more Mexican. Okay? And the food culture is the same as well. Like the further you move away from Italian culture, the worse your pizza gets, the worse your fucking pasta gets. You know what I mean? The worse your, even weirdly, like bagels are good in that region as well. But your Mexican food gets better.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So like if you look at like the Northeast,
CT is shit.
There's a song. I mean, here like. I'll play you the song that describes it as well if you want. I don't know where the fucking song is, but
I'm laughing at this. Internally, as you're saying this, I'm laughing at this fucking paragraph that's on screen right now. My boss pointed to a tall, muscled-up Italian dude wearing it. He loves fucking Izod shirts, streamlined black shades, pressed white shorts, Dock cider deck shoes, and a gold Rolex on the left wrist of his 21-inch arm.
Oh my God.
He was the center of attention in a circle of attractive females and some inconsequential beta males.
Now you're doing the accent for your dad, but it's like not even
it's
the
real
guy
accent. Telling the story. My dad's not saying this. This is some other guy.
Oh yeah, I looked at the animated giant
and had a flash of partial recognition. I mentally scraped off the hair gel and what he would look like without the Ray-Bans, the cabin cruiser tan, massive gold Italian horn hanging around his neck, so on and so forth. Bang! I had it. I did know this man. We'd spent hours over the fucking top.
Bang! I had it.
I was looking at Dino D. Who's this Dino D guy?
I did in fact know this man. We spent hours together, and not too long ago, 6 months earlier, I had coached an up-and-coming super heavyweight powerlifter to a second-place finish at the APF Junior National Championships in Tampa, Florida. The third-place finisher was the gargantuan chunk of man flesh I was looking at, Dino D.
Dino D.
My lifter and Dino had a back-and-forth battle for the runner-up slot. Elliot, my lifter, caught Dino from behind with a clutch third attempt deadlift, pulling 775 pounds to secure second place. 775. That's a lot of fucking cannolis, if you know what I'm talking about. You know, hey.
That's a lot of gabagool.
Yeah, the competition ended on a Saturday, and on Sunday there'd been a massive keg party on the beach for the lifters.
A keg party?
Yeah, coaches, wives, and girlfriends. I drank beer for hours. Most of the time sitting next to Haas the Boss.
Haas the Boss!
A Cleveland Hell's Angel.
Oh, Jesus. He ran with so many fucking bikers.
Yeah. And Dino, he and I talked and laughed amongst the gaggle of lifters clustered around the beer keg. He looked a lot different in his bar garb. As I walked over, he caught my approach. As I got closer, his face morphed from alert tension into puzzlement before a slow dawning recognition took place. This is written... Like, this is, I like to talk about this, like,
okay,
fascinating.
Scroll down here. Ken would shut the gym down to the public on Sunday. That's when his crew of 10 to 15 lifters would gather to work through squats, bench presses, deadlifts, followed by some arm work and grip assistance. We started at 9 a.m. and we're done at noon. Ken would do heavy 45-degree incline presses 2 to 3 days later. I was putting in 6 days a week, dawn till dusk, ramrodding a bunch of warehouse idiots that drank bottles of 40-ounce malt liquor for lunch before coming back to work to operate forklifts and
That's
cranes.
very unsafe. That's definitely an OSHA violation.
That's a bad idea. Ken's would be my first ever experience with a once-a-week powerlifting training. I was dubious about even lifting at all, but it was once-a-week training or no training at all. I thought at the best weekly powerlifting training might be used to maintain whatever strength I currently had. The idea that I could actually improve training once a week seemed preposterous.
What did he invent once-a-week training?
I have no idea.
That sounds insane.
I really
There's
have
no
no
shot
idea.
you could train once a week and like maintain your muscle mass.
And I never knew him to train once a week, so I have no idea like what this is even like coming from.
When I took the job, I had resigned myself to giving up lifting altogether, to have fallen in with the Fantano crew, who happened to subscribe to a powerlifting training template that suited my circumstances perfectly. Was serendipitous. Dude, no fucking powerlifting like meathead on gear is writing serendipitous unless they have that theater kid in them. You know what I mean?
True.
This is what
this guy operates in layers.
yeah, like this guy, an onion, if you will.
Was dazzled by Ken's technical wizardry. He was a subtle and intricate technician. His approach, his postulations and strategies worked for everybody that used them.
Like I'm thinking of like the big meaty paws of this like hunk of a man typing with one finger typing like on like an old keyboard like yeah, serendipitous. That's the word they use here to describe my circumstances meeting Mr. Fantano. It's fire. Actually fucking fire. Okay. Is half a Cassidy rather than working through all 3 lifts plus arms and other assorted assistance twice a week as Hugh did? Ken crew pretty much did the same massive workout once a week. I guess that's how powerlifters work, maybe. He's doing like accessory shit otherwise, but he's like doing his big lifts like once or twice a week. Yeah.
Gene, he was a dude who was massive, just so fucking heavy. Guy, big guy. And his friend Danny there that's mentioned. Danny Derrico.
Yeah.
I remember him, seeing him all the time as a kid. Had 3 legitimate 900-pound squatters.
And the same 3 men, Gene Donut, Danny Derrico, and Ken were all 600-pound raw benchers.
They actually used to break his balls because they call him Donut.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Gene Donut. He looks like a fucking donut over here.
They all fucking love to overeat, so that makes sense. At his awesome 360-pound body weight peak.
His body weight peak 360. I've never hit 360. I hit 320. That was my peak. I was not a power lifter. I was just fat.
This is sort of like the variation between what is, on record during a competition and what is sort of just randomly in the gym. Yeah. Squatted 953 pounds, ass on heels.
Again for a double.
Wait,
what? No shot. You think he actually hit that?
I don't know. If again, there's a lot of people who would just tell you that's what they did. But I guess in my dad's case, tell you that, but there are also 5 or 6 other guys who would back him up on it, which leads me to believe like it has more credibility than most guys who are like, yeah, I was in the gym all by myself and squatted 2,000 pounds, for 5. In his case, he at least has witnesses. So,
but like witnesses that are, also
that are also
lying.
I guess still, I don't know.
It's like a bond of brothers,
Right.
I lie for you, you lie for me. Yes, I was done over here. You know I was done. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I mean, you need 3 spotters for that. Yeah, no one is hitting 2,000 no one's hitting 2,000, period.
Right.
The dude typing the article? Yeah, literally. But like not this shredded. Let's be real. They're power lifters. They did not ever at any point in their career look this shredded.
Right.
Yeah, that's the fat, that extra fat is actually helpful for your fucking bench shirt that you put on, and
No, it's true. When you're at that low of a level of body fat, you're weaker.
Yeah, your muscle mass is not improving.
It's not a state physically that you can maintain easily for a long period of time.
Oh, sweet. I love Mark Rebillet. Tell him Rebillet. Mark is the man. Love Mark.
Mark's great.
You're more prone to injury. Fat protects. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna move on from your dad's
Crazy
powerlifting.
Dad powerlifting shit. But yeah, that's what I came to the training with. I came to the training with those Fantano genes.
Wait, have you ever seen this short interview with Ken at the Connecticut Powerlifting?
Let me see. I might have.
The AAU. Oh, well, back in the day, everything was lifted under one association was AAU.
Wait, he does have an accent.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's not like this. It's not like hey.
Yeah, but you made it seem like he sounds like you. No, you sound like you're just a regular.
I sound like myself.
Yeah, well, you sound like a regular white guy from Connecticut.
I grew up with him, so it's like when I'm talking, I hear him in my head.
Yeah.
American Amateur Athletics Union. And back in the day, I was telling Donnie. And I was telling Donnie here how back in the day, not Mark Bell, we were only allowed.
Does he still live?
Special permission from the judges to wear one ace bandage on an injury.
That's ace bandage, not a knee wrap.
Not a knee wrap, an ace bandage on one part of your body if you could prove an injury, and your lifting belt. That's all you could wear in these things besides the singlet and shoes.
There you got it. It was rough in the old days. And did you have one bar?
Every guy here looks like they have heart disease. Like, it just Olympic lifters always look so like Olympic lifters look like their skin is like literally testing the limits. Like they're limit testing.
Despite all that, like I'm pretty well aware of my dad's medical history because of all the times I've known him or seen him to be injured. And he is, I haven't been in touch with him lately, but since the last time I talked to him, he's never had any organ issues, heart issues. I mean, I think it's mostly just probably up to genetics at that point. But even with all the eating that he's done over the years, like he's internally anyway, pretty good. Like his back is awful.
Oh,
his
yeah.
knees are fucking awful and his hips are fucked.
Yeah, I told you about Ronnie Coleman. Like he needs because of his herniated disc and like lifting on a herniated disc. I think Ronnie Coleman needs help walking now.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, my dad's had cortisone shots and shoulder surgeries and so on and so forth. And I watched him. And he's told me about this. He's like, I've destroyed my body.
Yeah,
and it's gotten me into weightlifting and fitness, but simultaneously it's put me in a position where I only feel willing to push it so far because I obviously don't want to put myself in that same situation.
Yeah, look here. He needs like assistance to walk now, but apparently in 2 to 3 years he will be back to like walking without it is what he said. But yeah. Cardiovascular disease is 20% DNA, 80% lifestyle disease. Even if something runs in a family, it doesn't mean everybody gets it. Yeah, he's so jacked still because he still lifts. But like when he's in the gym, he's using crutches to walk around.
I mean, that's still like, a
like,
sign of a lot of his devotion that that even with that injury, he's.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legend. He's a legend for sure. I don't know if there's a lot of running going on there. No, there's no running. Cardio. What are you, a pussy? What the fuck? Who the fuck? Yeah. Who the fuck is running, dog? What do you mean running? Nobody's doing cardio out here. You don't need cardio when you're putting up when you're doing 3 reps. Yeah, cardio will kill your gains. Exactly. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay, we're done.